All right, today we are going to be talking about how Mitch has been in a motorcycle accident himself and how it has changed how he approaches motorcycle injury cases. Welcome to another informative segment of Moto Talks with Mitch and Mel for the law firm of Proner and Proner. I'm your host, Mel McCoyup. And as often as we can, we will sit down with a personal injury expert himself and writer, Mr. Mitch Proner, a personal injury attorney with over 30 years of experience, here to answer your questions or any interesting topics you might find useful in the personal injury world. How you doing, Mitch?
Doing well. Thank you. Happy to be here and
Yeah.
present some information that hopefully the riders appreciate.
Yeah. And as I was telling you, I really want to hear this story. It's definitely going to be very interesting for me now. Before we start, everyone, just remember, if you need to contact us, all consultations are free and confidential. Call us at any time at 1-800-321-1234. So let's start with the first portion that kind of brings us into the subject now. How did being a rider yourself change your view of these cases?
Well, I'm riding since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And as a kid, with mini bikes and dirt bikes, I went down countless times. And that's just part of what we did. But when I was in my 20s, I got hit by a cab that ran a red light and broke my wrist, my ankle, and 7 bones in my back. And that was different than anything I experienced as a kid.
Yeah.
And it did have a significant effect on the way I view these cases. First of all, until you've gone through it yourself,
Yeah.
a lot of complaints can sound like whining. And everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's different in terms of the way they feel pain, in terms of the way they express their pain, in terms of the way they express their injuries. But once you've been through it, you know that getting into a motor vehicle accident on a motorcycle, it's not like a fender bender in a car. People, obviously, I handle car accident cases too, and I've had car accident cases where people have had brain injuries that compromise their life. And sometimes people die in car accidents. I've done that.
Yeah.
But even as a seemingly insignificant motorcycle accident, which maybe there's no broken bones and just some road rash, the forces that the rider is exposed to on the rider's body are different. The human body wasn't designed to hit pavement at 30 miles an hour. At 30 miles an hour, you're moving at 45 feet per second. 45 feet per second. We're just not made to take that type of blow. And all the connective tissues in your body, the muscles, the fascia, they can have ripping and tearing. You can have micro traumas and visible traumas. But those injuries can give you lasting pain, and they can compromise your life. And other attorneys might think, well, you're on a motorcycle, you should get less because that's kind of what you signed up for.
Yeah.
Instead, you're on a motorcycle, you should get more.
Yeah.
Because the forces you're exposed to provide for greater injury, greater damage, And on top of that, the law is the law. If you cause damage because you didn't obey vehicle and traffic safety rules, you're responsible for the damage you caused, whether you cause that damage to somebody who's on a bicycle, a pedestrian, or somebody on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So the insurance carriers and defense attorneys that think they're entitled to a discount, I believe, and I've spent a large part of my career going out to prove it successfully, that the rider's entitled to more, not less.
Now, have you ever had an instance where you'd actually say to the judge or even just to your client, like, listen, I've been in an accident myself, and just to kind of give them that perspective?
No,
No.
because the case isn't about me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm an advocate for my client.
Yeah. Yeah.
The case about my client, it's not about what happened to me. It's about
Okay.
what happened to them.
Right.
So I don't need to, but I can't tell you how many times. So judges typically try to get a settlement.
Right.
And the reason why judges try to get a settlement is because a judge might have, let's say, 750 cases assigned to them. That's a real number, by the way. 750 cases. Now, they are reviewed for effectiveness based upon how many dispositions they get with those 750 cases.
Mhm.
If a judge can manage their caseload and get dispositions on cases and move them, they're a good judge. If the cases just pile up and the judge doesn't move any of the cases, doesn't issue orders on motions, doesn't get conferences, cases just sit, well, then the court administrator can't give more cases to that judge. He's got to load up the other judges. And then they'll probably speak to the judge and say, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you moving your caseload? Whereas he's really efficient at moving their caseload, they're a rock star. Because the judges know we can rely on that judge. He moves cases. And so they want to get a disposition. Now, if a judge can conference your case and get a settlement in a 5-minute conference, he can move those cases.
Yeah.
The judge ties up his courtroom for 3 months with a trial on that one case. That judge has to sit there during the trial. A judge doesn't have the option of leaving the courtroom and coming back just to see where you're at. The judge has to be there. So they, by definition, can't work on other cases. The staff can work on other cases.
Yeah.
But the judge can't. So the judges want to get dispositions. They want to get settlements. And when you represent a motorcyclist and you come into the judge and you say, I want $2 million. The judge is going to say, you got to take less. And you have no idea how many times the judges have said, if it's a motorcycle collision, this is a motorcycle accident case. Nobody likes bikers. You got to take less.
Oh.
You're going to lose this case. So, early on in my career, I didn't accept that. And our law firm created law in New York. The most cited cases in the Court of Appeals involving motorcycles, where there were favorable decisions on behalf of motorcyclists. That's the highest courts in New York. They're all my cases.
Oh, wow.
They're all my cases. We went up on the law showing a left turn is 100% the left turning vehicle's fault, not the biker. We actually created law in New York State. So, second thing I did was I tried the cases.
Yeah.
The offers weren't right. I tried the case. I've tried I believe, more motorcycle accident cases than any other attorney, maybe in the country.
Wow.
I've tried every type of motorcycle case imaginable. Exploding gas tanks, failure to retract kickstands, motorcycle versus car, motorcycle versus bus, motorcycle versus truck, motorcycle versus motorcycle, car leaving a parking lot, making a left turn. I've tried them in Wayne County, Cattaraugus County, Chautauqua, Erie, Columbia, New York, Brooklyn, Bronx, Suffolk County, Nassau County, Richmond County, Westchester County. And so with that, I have the right to say, and my reputation precedes me, that no, if you don't want to pay what's fair, I'll go to trial, which has made it easier for me. I don't have to, I come into court and I sit down. A lot of times they say to me, what do you need? And the case settles. No, I'll go the distance. And that all stems from being a rider and being a motorcycle accident victim myself.
Yeah, I dare say that's a very unique position you're in with those two experiences. I mean, I know that you prepare different ways, but has getting in an accident really, have you prepared differently for cases in any way?
Well, the insurance carriers, when they're looking at the settlement, they look at the medical records and the medical bills. If I'm forced to try the case because the case doesn't settle, I know I got to show the whole person. I got to put on what's called lay witnesses. The neighbor, the friend, the coworker, people that see them every day or once a week or once every 3 months. They could talk about how the change took place as a result of the motorcycle collision. Because if you put the wife on the stand, everybody's going to say, well, she gets money too. You put it on a son or a daughter, they know you want your father to win this case.
Yeah.
But the neighbor maybe doesn't have a dog in the fight. And so I show the whole person, and that's been effective for me.
Yeah, I remember hearing a few of your stories. There was one where you brought a scooter in or into the into the courtroom.
Yeah, that was to show a point of impact because it was different than the defendant's story. We ended up successful. That was an interesting case. We had to get disposition from the judge and the elevators and the court officers union and everything else just to get the bike in there. But we won a difficult case because we did that.
Yeah, and see, that's the amazing thing is because you are a rider too, is that you understand what actually physically happens when you're on there from that point of view. So I think it's such a bonus to have you not only good at your job, but and care about your parents, but the fact that your parents, care about your clients, but the fact that you are a rider yourself. Well, yeah, that's really great information, Mitch. And that's yet another informative segment with Mitch Proner himself. Now, don't forget, if you need our help, give us a call at 24/7 at 1-800-321-1234, where consultations are free and confidential. That'll do it for now. And thank you again for taking the time to tune in, whether it's on our podcasts, video broadcasts. We really do appreciate you taking the time. Please, if you haven't, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Like, share, and please subscribe to get the latest updates. Now, before we go, Mitch, do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, if you've suffered as a result of a collision on your motorcycle, you have rights. And if it looks like maybe the police report's wrong and nobody's listening to you, maybe there's something you can do. And we're always available to consult, and it's free consultation and confidential. And good luck to you, and I hope you ride safe.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mitch. Thanks again for yet another informative session with you. And thank you all for checking us out. And remember, we ride just like you. We'll see you next time. Thanks again, Mitch.
Thank you, Mel.